Hey everyone, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, stick around for our weekly discussion.
Right.
Fireworks. Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly Wednesday show. My name is Virginia Carlson with Florida in Motion Realty, or Cinderelly as I'm also known. And tonight I am joined by the prince over here.
Yes, the
Elijah.
Prince of Real Estate, my Disney moniker on the dream team, Elijah Lewis with Florida in Motion Realty. Happy to be a part of the show as always.
Yeah, and we're happy that you're joining us. And please feel free to send us any comments that you might have throughout the show as we're talking about all these different cool things that are happening in and around the Orlando area. And one thing that we were just talking about that we wanted to share with you guys is and this happens once a year. This is really cool. It is the Visit Orlando's Magical Dining Experience. And that it's just a really cool event. It starts this Friday, August 18th, and it runs for about 6 weeks until October 1st. And what it is participating restaurants in the Orlando area will have a fixed price menu for either $40 a head or $60 a head. And there's a ton of different restaurants that are participating. And part of the proceeds go to charity, which is a great cause. And you can check out the menus. It's just a really nice way to maybe go to a cool restaurant that you haven't had a chance to check out yet. And you know exactly how much you're going to spend. So it's nice to have that.
Yeah, I mean, if you scroll down and kind of see some of these that are participating, these are not just, I mean, they're cool restaurants. These are also some fine dining restaurants. I mean, magical dining is one of the coolest things about Orlando lifestyle that you got to check out every year as an amazing opportunity, because these $40 menus, like this could be like your $100 dinner, or $80 dinner that you're getting, kind of just all the courses there that offer you when it's, you could always show up and get the normal thing to eat, but it's just kind of cool. They hand you the magical dining menu. It's a little more limited, but they still serve you up some of their best signature stuff. And it could just lead for a really cool date night to just explore some of these places that may be like notoriously pricey. And for 6 weeks at a time, that's your Saturday night over and over again.
Yeah.
It goes on for a generously long time.
It does. It's really nice. And the website is actually really cool. It's very user friendly. Over here on the side, you can really, fine tune your search, how much you want to spend, what area you want, what neighborhood you'd like to dine in. And so it'll narrow down all the choices for you so that you can really like pick and choose which ones you want to try out. So we're excited about that. I definitely
will give a shout out to the one that's in the town of ours, where our office is located, Celebration, Florida, the town Disney built, the Lakeside Bar and Grill. That's part of the hotel right downtown. That is a cool restaurant that is sort of nice and ambient that I like a lot of those menu items. So
yeah, and the Lakeside's a great place. It's a beautiful dining room, and then there's gorgeous views of the lake. Also, if you wanted to sit outside, they have outdoor seating as well. So,
all right, so comments, just sound off if you've got a favorite that you would recommend that maybe we or others haven't tried that's being a part of magical dining. We definitely take note and write those down, because we welcome anybody who has got something to share about that.
Yeah, I definitely I'd love to hear where people have tried the menu, just because there's so many, and it's just a great choice for something fun to do now that kind of the summer's ending and all these cool things start to happen again in the fall and, heading in towards the holiday season. So like Elijah was saying, there's just a lot of awesome things to do. And going off of that, if you are in the Orlando area, we found this cool thing. It kind of reminds us of, we talk about Lake Nona a lot and how Lake Nona has all these cool, like futuristic things to do in the town. And now we have found that in Orlando, there's going to be a self-driving shuttle in Orlando to get you around, which is pretty cool.
The downtown Orlando area, it's kind of to be an extension of the service that's offered in sort of the Lake Nona with the same Beep shuttle company that's doing it. It's just a nice way to sort of bring people from their residences to the downtown area as a sort of way of public transit, because we were just covering like last week about the difference in sort of generational divide, where like the youth around 30, 35 and younger just kind of longs for public transit, walkability, or just, a downtown lifestyle. And this could be a way to sort of serve that better to downtown Orlando and give people the best kind of avoid driving and spending on gas, because it's saying will whisk passengers around a 1 mile, 1.6 kilometer loop in the downtown area for no charge. 8 passenger shuttle device. So, you and maybe just, some other people can get together. My sister maybe has more than 8 friends with her at one time, but me, that's plenty. Like my social gathering would probably have like 4 max.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that it requires no humans, and you just have to sit back and relax and let the Beep drive you around wherever you want to check out in the downtown area. Yeah, that's right. It's a 1 mile loop in downtown for no charge. That's also really cool. So
and if you get a chance to check it out, or if you've got a place that you'd love to get looped to, then let us know in the comments. That's why we do these shows.
Yeah.
Wednesday evening, we welcome your engagement. It's all just nice and relaxed, and we often have a glass of wine. Call it Wine Down Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a nice midweek tradition to just kind of sit back and take it easy and talk about some cool things that are going on in the area. But I know that all of us have probably been thinking about how crazy hot it has been these past couple of weeks. It's just really seems to be hitting us hard lately. So we wanted to make sure that everybody is informed about, just staying on top of like keeping cool and hydrated and all the different things that go on with, dealing with the heat, like sunscreen and wearing loose fitting clothes and dressing for the heat. Just, checking yourself before you go outside.
Yeah, this article brought up like very specifically the kind of clothes that it recommends, and it's just loose
fitting. That's what they say they recommend.
And reapply sunscreen 2 hours a day. Like I admit I don't always make that a habit. I like my skincare routine is not what it might be, but it is no joke at this point.
No, it's no joke, and I never leave the house without sunscreen on my face. I always put it on my face. I mean, I could do a better job of putting it on my arms and stuff, but
that's why I keep things in my car, because I'm always I always keep a pair of sunglasses in my car because I'm going to be going, and I always need to keep the sunscreen. Just keep all those things that mints, but that doesn't have anything to do with the heat. But cool and fresh though, breath.
Yeah,
keep your breath. Exactly. That's just kind of a good habit too. Just keep those things within reach. Make discipline as easy as possible.
Yeah.
And as an extension of that, we did have like another article. That's like about air conditioning as coupling. So protecting yourself inside versus protecting yourself outside. It's very tempting this time of year to just, break the dad rule and touch the thermostat. As some of you guys in the households, it might be a point of contention.
It's a little bit of a point of contention in my house.
To modulate the number on that thing, might be fighting words, and for good reason, because energy bills, especially, in Florida during some of those peak months, might want to take a conscious, conservative effort to save money on the bill. So we saw that this article was also giving you these tips to keep your energy bills down, because it's saying you're running your air conditioner basically nonstop from March to October. That's kind of the window. August is the last one that's we're we're gonna chug along through. It'll get a little bit better in September. It'll get a little bit better in October, and then all the snowbirds will come flocking back to us, and because we're gonna be an enviable climate again.
Oh, I know. Come January, it's like 70 degrees and gorgeous every single day. It's great.
So according to
but yeah, we had
every degree cooler costs you between 3 to 5% more on your bill as a general rule. Might be different in your household, but you can keep your AC happy and running efficiently so that it's making the best use of every degree by changing your filters every month, keeping the vents outside unit clear, and make sure nothing's blocking them, and maintain them at least like every few months. They talk about pouring the little vinegar down the pipe trick.
Absolutely.
Always, common sense things like turning off lights to compensate for an AC running, like when you leave the room, and
keep the shades down. That definitely helps a tremendous amount if you cover your windows. So that will definitely keep the air conditioning bill down a little bit by covering the windows.
And maybe like run a once a year, like however many, check your ducts, and have it inspected. It says yearly. Well, I don't know, just whatever makes sense to you for having it serviced. If it's brand new, maybe you don't have to watch it so vigorously, but
yeah, these are all definitely good tips too.
Any crazy AC bills? You got to sound off in the comments or the chat. Share the pain here with what you're dealing with. I got a 1-bedroom living accommodation, so that's not too murderous to me. But if you've got like some big house with 4 or 5 bedrooms, you probably know all these tricks already, and share more that we didn't tell you.
Yeah, because definitely the summer months, those bills, when you get them, they kind of hit you like, wow, how did this happen? But it's kind of something you can prepare for. But again, it is good to keep maintenance on your AC, because that's like the last thing you want to not
real
have.
estate related. A lot of people like 1-story living or a bedroom on the first floor. That can often be because of stairs, and they just don't, easier on the knees or on the joints or something. But also, keep in mind heat rises, and that may be the coolest part of the house as well. So
for sure. My house is definitely feels a lot cooler on the first floor than upstairs where the bedrooms are.
So we got someone like you looking for a 1-story house, and it reminded me that was part of their rationale, and we think we might have found a good one for them. We could find a good one for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 1-story living is very popular around here. So yeah, give us a call and we'll find you that perfect 1-story that will keep you cool in the summer months, and possibly have a pool in the bathroom. Yeah. So those are good. Those are good things to just keep in mind in the summer months. And speaking of summer, we were going to get into a little bit of chatting about the housing market, which is also one of the reasons that we're here. And so now that it's August, we can look at kind of an analysis of what the July market was like in the Orlando area. And let's see, here we go. Oops, let me just bring this up. A little technical. Here we go. All right. This is a cool, very easy, comprehensive report to read. In the Orlando is still considered a seller's market, which means that prices tend to be high and homes are selling faster. And we see that in July, the time frame for a house on the market, 75%, here, I'll go down to this, 75% of the homes that were sold under 30 days in July of 23. So that's encouraging that if you want to think about buying, you need to act quickly, because they're really not staying on the market very long.
Especially if it's a good one that doesn't much done to it.
Exactly. So we see that. Yeah, that's good. Last July, a year ago, it was 15 days. So it's a little bit longer, but not by much. I mean, 26 days is still pretty quick to be.
I think the fairy godmother of real estate, talks about normal, when it's that level playing field, not quite buyer's market, not quite seller's market. unfairly advantaged to one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you should be expecting like 3 to 6 months healthy or competition, you know. So this like less than 1 month, we get, you know, it helps us, I guess, get out of your hair. You know, your realtors will only be in your life for this shorter amount of time, you know, but we don't mind any of the seasons, you know, get being a part of your life a little longer. There will maybe come a day when that will be more realistic.
Yeah, and that's just saying that, you know, that was just 1 month, a snapshot. Just trying to keep everyone filled in on what's happening just right now, like, you know, in the very present time. We can also see that this is interesting. Asking price versus sold price in July. 54% of the homes that were sold were sold under asking. 21% were over asking, and 25% were sold at asking price. So that kind of gives you an idea of where people are and, you know, what they're thinking homes are worth, et cetera. So just another thing to think about.
I bet that's still better for buyers than like 2020 or 2021.
Oh, it absolutely is. Definitely.
So, you know, if you don't take, you know, sometimes our news is like, it's hard to coach it because it's like some news will be good news kind of from a seller's perspective. Some
Exactly.
news will kind of be good news from a buyer's perspective because they both have
Mm-hmm.
their own interests around price. So that's just kind of our way to help you meet in the middle. Just there's going to be some
Yeah, and I think a lot of it might also depend on, you know, what was your asking price? You know, what was it listed at? And, you know, was it priced correctly? Was it priced maybe too high? You know, there's all these different variables that you can think about when you come to the table with the price that you settle on. So
we'll do it whatever you tell us to, but we will, you know, give you that market valuation where we give you our, you know, data, our CMAs, and tell you. And sometimes people say like, oh, well, I just want to try this and see if it works. You know,
exactly.
we'll do it, but you know, it's you know, we will also just let you know what the market is showing.
Right, exactly. We'll just try to come to the best number for everyone, and, you know, we'll work our hardest to make it work for you, the seller and the buyer, definitely. But so we did want to talk about median sold prices, the housing prices in general. We were kind of analyzing that a little bit earlier, and we see that in the Orlando area, it's about 370,000 is the median price, but across the country, though, we're seeing things that are, you know, they are changing a little bit. And we were talking about how this article was showing us that home prices are hitting record highs in some of the major markets across the country.
Yeah, so like the latest report show like the U.S. housing market reached like a valuation of like 47 trillion, which is, I guess, like a record, beating like 46 trillion in 2022. That's like maybe half a point higher, but like 3.2% year over year for home prices. So some people were predicting or maybe even hoping for, like, you just heard so many different people saying different things, like a housing crash.
Yeah.
This does not look like that has happened. We're seeing inventory be too small for that to happen. Sellers need to be more stressed for something like that. So
yeah, we're definitely still seeing that the inventories are low. I mean, even we just saw in the last analysis of July in Orlando, it was, you know, from June, there were a little over 1,000 homes. And then in July, it was 877 homes total sold. So the inventory is still kind of a little bit on the low side.
Yeah, we saw a big appreciation over the course of the pandemic. But it's funny, this is saying that like the Midwest and Northeast are starting to see some of that appreciation continuing as well. I guess they're saying their annual growth is kind of the strongest at the moment. Maybe it makes sense, because I would say that there was like, we're seeing, you know, maybe that it's just not, the prices may be rising, but just not like your home value didn't double in the last 2 years, you know, like around.
Right. So all interesting things to think about when you're looking to buy or sell a home. Just, I think it's a good thing to be informed of the trends and what's happening in your area for sure. And then we wanted to, so if you are looking to buy or sell one of your property, we have some good tips for you if you want to just think about some basic projects to do if you are trying to sell your home. And these are just real, kind of no-brainers, obviously, but they make such an impact for somebody coming into the house to see it looking its best. So we talk about decluttering, because there's nothing worse than when you go try to show a home and you go in and the buyer, just all they can see is just like stuff everywhere. It looks so much nicer if it's more streamlined. And they're suggesting this graphic I got from the Florida Realtors Association, and they suggest professionally decluttering. And I think that just means like you want to really come in and take care of business and get rid of all the stuff that.
It's like a mom coming into a teenager's room. Like that's a professional decluttering.
Exactly. Not just like putting a few things away, like really like, streamlining the look of the home inside.
You get blind to stuff. Like you don't even see it anymore.
That's a good point, that somebody else as a new set of eyes can have a different perspective on how to make it look its best, for sure. And then also, a deep home cleaning, meaning like hire somebody to come in and maybe they have a crew of like 5 people and then you can really get it clean. Repairing any drywall or any little minor damages in the house, because you can bet that a buyer coming in, that's going to be the first thing they notice. Yeah. And so if you
deep home cleaning is kind of like the subliminal absorbing, like the dust that's on the windowsill and some of the grout that needs done, like maybe you're not like hyper focused on it, but it's all just being absorbed passively into their experience in your home.
Right.
And drywall is that like knock on the head, like there it is, can't.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a good point. If you have these little damage, it highlights how much the home has been lived in. It might give it an older appearance, and for some people that that can be definitely a turnoff. And then as well as the inside, you want to make sure that the curb appeal outside is nice. So any kind of maybe damaged shingles on the roof, or little things that are maybe the railing on the porch, or just little things like that, if those can be fixed as well, they can have a significant impact on a buyer when they see like, oh, the house looks so pretty from the street. It's really inviting. Now I want to go inside and look around even more.
Yes.
And then of course, carpet cleaning. If you have carpets in your home, definitely a thorough carpet cleaning will be such a great thing, because it leaves everything smelling really fresh, and it's just a lot, and looking fresh. And so
especially if pets ever lived there, or
exactly, like if you've had a cat or a dog or anything.
This is important stuff, because we're seeing more and more people want to be tempted by new construction. So the more that you can freshen up your place, that would maybe be more appealing from the angle of resale. We were showing someone who prefers new construction, a home that was built in a neighborhood, I think it was 2020, maybe late 2019. Mm-hmm. And like, that's pretty dang new.
Yeah.
They walked through and it was none of this information was heated. And they said, this house looks old, it's too old, I want new construction. I was like, exactly. 2020 is not new enough for you. It's
right. But if it had been
shine.
Yeah, but if they had just done these few things that really don't take a lot of time and really can make a significant impact on.
It checked like so many other boxes, but they just it was just not presented right. And now we have them on and wait for a new home that's being built hopefully this fall. So hey, it worked out either way. It wasn't our listing. That's
but definitely if you want to sell your home, I would definitely recommend
show ready
these suggestions and looking into that, cleaning it up and making it look perfect as best you can. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to, I just read this on Facebook for our celebration community, that the Downtown Diner is doing an event this Sunday to commemorate back to school. So if you go to the Downtown Diner this Sunday, August 20th, believe, or 19th, 19th will be, or the 20th will be the Sunday, sorry. And you wear the colors of the school. So it's either green, gold, or purple for the high school. And if you follow them on social media, you can get 20% off of your meal. And also the cool thing they're doing is they're going to have somebody walking around the restaurant between 11 and 1 acting as a school dean. And he is going to approach Celebration K-8 students. And if your student happens to have their student ID on their person, when he approaches you, you will get a hall pass, which means you will get your meal will be free. So if you go, it's great. It's a fun way to kind of get back in the swing of things for school. So if you're around on Sunday, bring your child and wear the colors and bring that ID. You might get a free hall pass.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice wholesome hall pass.
Yeah, exactly. Free meal, free bacon and eggs or something, something good. Let us know in the comments about anything that we talked about or anything else that you all are interested in, and we will look into it and definitely cover it on our next show. We're always happy to keep you abreast of all the different things going on in the area.
Yeah, appreciate you subscribing. Like.
Yes, definitely. And I think that's it. I think we covered a lot of good stuff.
I think so too.
I think so too.
Tune in for the Friday show at 1:30.
Yes, that's right. Tune in for the Friday show at 1:30, where Kim will be discussing some new homes that are on the market, right? That's right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you all next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.